is that the premise is that improved threat assessment by officers is a trainable skill. It is amenable to improvement through training. And if that is true, then training analyses should not shy away from identifying possible problems even with split-second decisions, which nobody wants to second guess. One of the ways to do that constructively, this is not really about finger pointing at the stage we're talking about, but one of the ways to do that constructively is through discussing and considering alternative tactical options. That is, options whether there might have been ways to diminish the danger to officers and or the subject, ways to slow the action down, ways to obtain more information or provide negotiators more time. We believe that these considerations, especially when done by subject matter experts in critical incidents, can be helpful and can be part of a department's internal self-improvement. In some cases, this was done within the body of the training division analysis. For instance, with regard to supervisor decision making. Sometimes there were conflicts between supervisors and the issue of who was right was taken up. In some cases, a supervisor decided not to create a diversion. Another supervisor opined that he would have created a diversion in such a case. These, we believe, are very healthy debates and should not be shied away from, as they are in some of the training analysis. We also note that the willingness of training analysis to delve into these sometimes uncomfortable subjects appears to be increasing with the more recent cases we looked at. In short, we don't think this is a fruitless Monday morning quarterbacking, but it takes training and tactical options as seriously as they should be taken in any police enterprise. On to communications problems in critical incidents. In at least, three most outstanding of these 7 shootings exemplify communications problems. The Gorder shooting, the Stewart shooting, and the Campbell shooting. The officer who fired his weapon in the Gorder incident really says it all, very poignantly. It essentially concludes that there were too many unknowns in the situation, and that this led to his decision to pull the trigger. Many of those unknowns, in fact, were due to lack of communication among the officers and supervisors in the field that resulted in that shooter receiving very few of the crucial facts that might have affected his decision-making. In the Stewart case, it's sort of an inverse of that. The rifle officer failed to seek out the information that she thought was important at the time, but was unable to become aware of. For instance, the position of her fellow officers and whether they were in danger or within range of the subject who was waving a gun around upon occasion. In the Campbell shooting, it in fact shows, sort of points the way to exemplary command and control communications at the time, and things